Hello, my beautiful blossoms. We are doing a long form tarot video today. I've been wanting to do one for a while, like since the beginning of this page 2 years ago. That was the original plan for this page. And a lot of life things happened that have prevented me from kind of finding my solid footing, but also a lot of it was perfectionism and feeling like I had to have everything sorted out, had to have everything figured out and perfect the first time. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because what I realized I wasn't practicing my own advice that I give everyone. I give so much grace to everyone of like, do your best, be proud of how far you've come, and then I don't give it to myself. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to actually practice our own advice and show up, and it's not going to be perfect the first time. It may not even be perfect the first 15 times. I mean, it will never really be perfect ever, will it? Right? Because that's not the point of life, to be perfect. It's just not. It's just not. And I know as someone who has a lot of Virgo energy, a lot of Earth energy in her chart, um, I can get really hard on myself about needing things to be done well so that I'm causing the least amount of harm. And that's not a bad thing to have that goal, but I will do so at the detriment of expressing myself, of being free, of showing up messy, and forgetting that the messy part may be the actual part that is what's going to benefit the world. Showing up authentically is what's going to benefit myself and anyone who takes away something from whatever I do, whatever I create. So that's what we're doing in this video. We're doing some chit-chatting, some speaking, some whatever this is going to be, and we're just going to see what happens. We're going to see where this goes in the future. You can use this for body doubling. You don't even really have to listen to what I say if that's not interesting to you. If you really don't care, I'm not here to tell you that you have to listen to me. I'm never here to tell you that you have to listen to me. You need to listen to, what your body says is true. Your body always knows. So if what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, you don't have to listen to me. But we're gonna pull a couple cards and just chat. I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I got it from Janine's Guided Craft. She is family. I will be honest about that. But, oh, interesting. Okay, prop these up. And, but her ADHD brain, her store is really cool because you can get spell jars that are specific to your own needs. And she gets really like granular about exactly what you're looking for. So it's really beneficial. And we'll do my best to remember to link that. We'll see if my ADHD brain remembers to do so. So we have the Page of Cups. And we have Justice. Let's put these together. I've heard so many interpretations for the Page of Cups. Most of them positive. Some of them not as positive. But if you try to get you to see her well, you see how she's kind of looking at the fish in this very like soft, affectionate way. And the fish is kind of looking back at her. I think about this personally as like it's me and you. Like this is our own little secret is the wrong word because secrets are not necessarily always a good thing. Sometimes they're very um, helpful in situations like dangerous situations, but it's more like a an inside joke, right? It's like it's me and you against the world. It's me and you. I scooped you up from where you were, and now we're together. It's very human to familiar energy, like you're my buddy, you're my pal, you got a friend in me kind of thing. And then to be paired with justice, which can, of course, mean literal justice. Of course, sometimes things are literally what they are in very plain black and white. But sometimes they're more about equilibrium, making sure that the scales within ourselves are balanced correctly. Not looking for external validation, not looking for external approval, check marks, someone to say you're doing everything right. Like once you leave school, there's no one really to tell you like A plus, you've completed the task. You're kind of just left to the world to be like, okay, I guess I have to figure this out for myself now. And so sometimes there's kind of a free fall of I don't know which step to take. And I think that can come at any stage in life. And so between this affectionate feeling with a youthful, softer, less mature type thing, and this need for equilibrium, I'm kind of feeling like this is a need for you to be your own best friend. Does that make sense? Flipped off. All this is balanced on my computer chair on like a stack of books with like a pillow behind it. Like it's so DIY, and that's just what we're doing today. I'm sure at some point I'll get a better tripod, but it is what it is. Um, I feel like this is saying like it's you and me against the world to your inner self, to your inner child, saying like I'm going to parent you now. I'm going to take care of you now in ways that you may not have been honored, respected, treated with kindness. It's hard when you know you deserve that from the institutions that should have given you that unconditionally. And sometimes there's this need to be validated, as in, like, why don't you see it my way? Why can't you just believe me, etc. I very much understand that. But I feel there comes a point when you have to say, I'm not going to wait around for people to decide that I'm lovable. I decide I'm lovable. Everyone has levels to their healing process. We're not all operating at 100%. We all have, things we need to work on. So you may be feeling like I'll be better when I get more in control of this area of my life. And maybe that will be helpful. I'm not saying it won't. Maybe when you get more therapy, get a better handle on your finances, etc. Those things are very useful and helpful. But if we're always waiting for the someday, we can't enjoy what's here and now. And we're able to balance that desiring more and having gratitude for what we have. I talk about that a lot. I think that's something that's not talked about very much. I feel like a lot of times in our culture, I feel like especially a lot in the spiritual community, there's either this like false humility of like, oh, I don't need, any material possessions. Wanting money is wrong, etc., because they see what greed does. And greed is wrong. But money is just a tool, just a resource. It's the greed that's the problem. Because money can also provide freedom. It can also provide the ability to pay for healthcare. We should have free healthcare. I understand that. We don't. And then there's kind of the other side of spirituality where sometimes people get too obsessed with building the abundance in the material that they can lose sight of why are we doing this in the first place? Why I do this is to first take care of my own mental health, take care of my own spiritual health, because I can't pour from an empty cup, right? To give myself the autonomy that I didn't have growing up in the religions that I grew up in. But it's also to serve my community. It's also to hold space for people who need to be heard. It's also to remind people that they're worthy of being taken care of and that they are their own best advocate. That's why I do it. So I think we need to find that like equilibrium between knowing it's okay to want more, but still having gratitude for like I woke up today. Like it really can be that simple. And I think part of it is me saying that is coming from the place of being disabled, where there have been days where I have not been able to get out of bed. Like literally physically, I cannot get out of bed on my own. I need someone to physically pull me out of bed and walk me to other rooms and like help me sit down. That has been my life before. So I really tried to impress upon people feeding yourself, drinking water on your own, those are things to be grateful for. Like those are things that we take for granted. Walking, those are things we take for granted. Having a roof over your head, things we take for granted. Having income, things we take for granted. Let's take one more card and see how we're going to kind of wrap this up. Okay. Pull from the middle of the deck. I tend to do that. I tend to just take one from the center. We have the Six of Wands. Celebration. Completion. I know usually a 10 is a completion, but I see the Six of Wands as a completion. Maybe not necessarily completion of the full task, but it's a midpoint. It's saying I've arrived here and I can see how far I've come and I can celebrate where I am now. So I am saying I need to stop dwindling down my confidence in what I'm saying. What I am saying is have more faith in how far you've come. Maybe even literally write out a list of how far you've come with certain things in a year, or write down a list of your accomplishments. I have completed this amount of school. I've lived on my own for how many years, or I take care of my parents in this way, even though I live with them. I paid off my car. I have a job that I care about. I take care of my children, whatever it is. Even if it's as small as I get out of bed every day and I wash my face and I brush my teeth and I put on clean clothes and feed myself. Those are massive accomplishments. I don't think people realize that. Like, people who are disabled, people who have mental or physical illnesses, those are massive wins. Those are massive wins. So it really could be as small of a win as that. That's my suggestion. Make a list. Be proud of yourself, because we're all in attempts to an upward trajectory, and we're going to have our highs and lows, but the fact is we've made it this far, and hopefully we're going to continue to take good care of ourselves as best as we're able. I think that makes sense. I guess that's it. See, I'm shaking the floor and my Pez on the top shelf are falling. This is such a cheap shelf that it just, like, everything falls all the time. I need to go. This is becoming a mess. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are enough.